All right, beautiful. Thank you for joining me for a 26 and 2 yoga class. My name is Holly. My pronouns are she, her. We're going to start with a few rounds of sun salutes to warm up our body, and then we will hop into a traditional 26 and 2 yoga class, 26 postures and 2 breathing exercises. If at any point something does not feel right for your body, remember that you can modify a posture, you can take a variation, right? You can skip a posture, you can do something else entirely. Yoga can be challenging at times, and that's okay, but we're never going to a point of pain or a point where we know we won't feel good the next day. For the sun salutes, you can come towards the top of your mat with your feet close together, arms down by your side. I'm going to stand back a bit and show you in periphery. And if you'd like to set an intention or a dedication for your practice, you're welcome to do so. So it can be an intention like, I want to move slowly and mindfully, or you can dedicate your practice to someone or something in your life that could use a little extra love. And the Sanskrit word for that is sankalpa. So we're setting a sankalpa for our yoga practice. Okay, we're going to start with 2 rounds of half sun salutes, and then we'll flow into 3 rounds of Surya Namaskar, a sun salute. The half sun salutes are wonderful if you have a wrist, elbow, or shoulder injury. So if they're speaking to you for any reason, keep doing this half sun salutes while we go into the full ones. Bring your hands together at heart center, and we'll begin by saluting Surya, the god of sun. As you inhale, lift your arms up overhead, look up as if you're saluting or greeting the sun. Exhale through your nose, bend your knees, fold forward, hands to floor, relax your head. Inhale through your nose, look forward and lengthen into a halfway lift. You can have your hands on your thighs, your shins, or the floor in front of you. Weight forward, hips over heels. Exhale, fold, head hangs heavy, keep your eyes open. Inhale, look forward, arms with your ears, root to rise, lift up, look up. Exhale, hands down. That's a half sun salute. We'll do one more. Inhale, lift your arms up, look up. Exhale, stomach in, arms with ears fold, knees can bend. Inhale, look forward and lengthen into a flat back, tabletop spine. This is a halfway lift, shoulders out of the ears. Exhale, fold, knees can bend again, stomach to thighs, head hangs heavy. Inhale, look forward, arms with your ears, lift up, look up. Exhale, hands down. You're welcome to continue those or join me in 3 rounds of full sun salutes. Inhale, lift your arms, look up. Exhale, biceps with ears fold. Inhale, look forward, lengthen. Exhale, hands to floor, step back into a plank or tabletop position. On your next exhale, hug your elbows into your ribs and lower down. Inhale, push up into a back bend. You can do cobra with elbows bent and thighs on the floor, or up dog with arms straight and thighs off the floor. Exhale, tuck your toes under, lift your hips up for down dog. You can bend one knee, straighten the other, pedal out your legs, and then press your heels to the floor, hips to the ceiling, drop your head, look for your thighs behind you. If down dog is not speaking to you, you can also take a child's pose instead. Coming down onto your knees, sink your hips back as you reach your arms forward, right? So every plank can be a tabletop, every up dog can be a cobra, every down dog can be a child's pose, and you can always skip the chaturanga and go straight from a plank or tabletop directly into a down dog or child's pose. So, throughout class, there's lots of variations, right, and stuff to play around with. All of our asanas or movements don't need to look the same. On your next inhale, look forward, step forward, lengthen back into your halfway lift. Exhale, fold, spine in a nice cashew shape here, head hangs heavy. Inhale, flat back, arms with ears, root to rise, lift up, look up. Exhale, hands down. Let's do that again. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fold, connect to the breath. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, step back into your plank. Remember that you can go directly into a down dog or child's pose. Otherwise, lean forward, hug your elbows in, pull yourself down. Good. Inhale, push up into a back bend, shoulders out of the ears, neck long. Exhale, tuck your toes under, lift your hips up for down dog, or sink your hips back for child's pose. Either way, spread your fingers wide, root down through your knuckles, your palms, and the space between your index finger and thumb, so that you're not putting all of your body weight on your wrists. Inhale, look forward, step forward, lengthen back into that halfway lift, shoulders out of the ears, back flat. Exhale, fold. Inhale, arms with ears, lift up, look up. Exhale, hands down. Good, last one, inhale, lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, step back, keep exhaling, lower down. Inhale, your up dog or cobra. Exhale, your down dog or child's pose. If If you're doing child's pose, sink your hips back to your heels. If you're doing down dog, sink your heels down to the floor. If your heels don't naturally touch the floor, you can take a wider step so that your feet are wider than your hips. And that might help to get the heels down. Also, if you have tight hamstrings, you can micro bend your knees to take weight away from the backs of the legs. Otherwise, press your thighs back, heels down, hips up, push the floor away from you. Inhale, look forward, step forward, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, arms with ears, root to rise, lift up, salute the sun. Exhale, hands down. Beautiful, that's our little warm up. We will now hop into 26 and 2 yoga, beginning with 2 sets of pranayama, standing deep breathing, good for your lungs and respiratory system. Breathe in through your nose, out through your mouth, all the time against the back of your throat, your nose and your mouth. They're just a passageway. Breathe as much as possible, as slow as possible, as long as possible. Don't forget to have fun. Come to the middle of your mat, bring your feet together, toes, heels, touching nicely. Interlock your 10 fingers, cross your thumbs, and glue your knuckles underneath your chin. Rock your weight into your heels. Relax your shoulders down away from your ears. You made it to class. Concentrate, meditate, and begin. Inhale, chin down and arms up. Breathe in through your nose. Lift your elbows up. Suck your stomach in, fill up your lungs. Exhale, head up. Exhale through your mouth. Slowly push your head back. Reach your arms forward. Keep exhaling. Elbows touch. Inhale, elbows out and arms up. Slowly bring your chin down, look straight ahead. Lift your elbows all the way up. Breathe deep, full lungs. Exhale, head up. Slowly push your head back. Look way, way, way back for the wall behind you. Elbows touch, pointing to the wall in front of you. Inhale, head down. Breathe in through your nose. Down through your throat to the very bottom of your lungs. Good. Exhale. As you exhale, open your mouth wide like you're fogging up a mirror on the ceiling. Elbows touch, lungs empty. Inhale, head down. Use your chin to push your knuckles down. Keep your fingers interlaced up to the webbing. Palms face the floor. Exhale, head up. Now use your knuckles to push your head back. Make a tight fist. Squeeze your palms together. Wrists, forearms, elbows touch. Inhale, head down, keep the weight in your heels. Contract your quadricep muscles, squeeze your gluteal muscles, lock your legs. Exhale, head up, weight stays on the heels, lower body stays still like a statue, just your head drops back, elbows touch. Inhale, head down. As you inhale, suck your stomach in. Depression to abdominal wall, contraction to abdominal muscles, suck it in, hold it in tight. Exhale, head up, even as you exhale, engage your core. Lift your chest, stretch your arms forward, elbows touch away from your body. Inhale, keep the elbows lifted, bring them out to the side, up to the ceiling, chin comes down, you look straight ahead. Exhale, head up. So eventually, right, you can keep your elbows above heart level the whole time, triceps parallel to the floor, elbows touch away from your body. Inhale, keeping the elbows up, sweep them out and up. Chin down, elbows up, take in more and more and more air. Exhale, head up. There's exceptions to this though, right? You're never forcing your body. So let's say your head doesn't drop back all the way. You might just look up towards the ceiling and bring your elbows together, right? A little bit closer to the body, and that's okay too. Inhale, head down. So again, we're not forcing the body, right? Chin down, elbows up, right? And this might be your deepest point, and that's a good place to be too. Exhale, head up. Use your eyes, trace an arc along the ceiling. Look all the way back, arms all the way forward, elbows touch. Inhale, head down. Let's make this the last breath in the first set. Spine a little longer, elbows a little higher, lungs a little fuller. Suck your stomach in, breathe deep, full lungs. Exhale, head up, take your time. Eyes open, hips forward, legs locked, stomach in. Keep exhaling, push and squeeze, elbows touch. Change, arms down, you can roll out your shoulders and head. So quickly from the side, I'll show you a demo. This breathing exercise, right, can look like this. Or it can look like this. And one is not better than the other, right? So it doesn't matter what our range of motion is, it's really focus on the breath, especially in the second set. We're really learning to control our breath. So second set, here we go, feet together, interlock your 10 fingers, switch the grip, other thumb, pinky finger on top, bring your knuckles underneath your chin like glue, squeeze your thighs and glutes, pull your abdomen in, grow taller out of the base of your spine, and begin. Inhale, chin down and arms up, breathe in through your nose, lift your elbows up, suck your stomach in, fill up your lungs. Exhale, head up, exhale through your mouth, slowly push your head back. Reach your arms forward, keep exhaling, elbows touch. Inhale, head down. So breathing in through the nose against the back of the throat, you create a little bit of a snoring sensation or a vibration in the throat. Exhale, head up. As you exhale, imagine you're fogging up a mirror on the ceiling. It's an HA sound, elbows touch. Inhale, head down. So this is often called an Ujjayi breath, right? And Ujjayi means victorious. So it's victorious breathing. Exhale, head up. The idea is as you learn to control your breath, then you can learn to control your mind. So we're declaring victory over breath, mind, and body. Inhale, head down, take your time, right? You're learning to breathe a little slower, a little longer, a little deeper, fill up your lungs. Exhale, head up. You're starting to become more aware of your body, moving in time and space. Slowly head back, elbows touch away from your body. Inhale, head down for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, full lungs. Exhale, head up, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, elbows touch, 1. Inhale, head down, use the full 6 seconds to inhale, slow it down, chin down, elbows up, breathe deep, full lungs. Exhale, head up, use the full 6 seconds to exhale. Synchronize your breath with your body movements, elbows touch when your lungs are empty. Inhale, head down. Every new inhale, you want to take in more air than the last breath to expand your lung capacity. Exhale, head up. The more you exhale here, the more fresh oxygen you can take in on your next breath. Push and squeeze. Inhale, head down. So make this the deepest breath so far. Breathing into the top of the lungs, middle of the lungs, bottom of the lungs, full lungs. Exhale, head up. In our day-to-day life, we don't use our full lung capacity, but the lungs need to be worked out like any other part of the body. Inhale, I'll do a few with you. Breathe deep, full lungs, exhale. Elbows touch, inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, head down, last breath. Second set, deepest breath of your life when your lungs are totally full. Surprise yourself, take in one more sip of air, good. Exhale, head up, take your time. Let everything go through the exhale breath. Any worries, any cares, let them go. Be here now, elbows touch. Change, arms down, you can roll out your shoulders and head. Good, we'll continue. Ardha Chandrasana with Padastasana, half moon with hands to feet pose, feet together, inhale, arms up, palms together, interlock your fingers, release your index fingers, cross your thumbs, nice tight white knuckle grip, stretch up out of your waist, and bend right and left. Every time you pass through the middle, stretch up a little taller, like you're trying to touch the ceiling. Good, and when you can't stretch anymore, come to stop in the middle. Bring the weight into your heels, push your hips a little forward so hips and pelvis are opening. Squeeze your palms together, upper body back. Bring your arms back with your ears, suck your stomach in. Squeeze your palms together, up to the wrists, no room for lighter air between the biceps, arms, and ears. Inhale, breathing, stretch up out of your waist, try to touch the ceiling. Exhale, breathing, absolutely straight line, slowly bend your body to the right. Good. Without bending your elbows, without bending your knees, continuously push your hips to the left beyond your flexibility. You're trying to create a tremendous stretching feeling in the left side of your body, all over, inside out, bones to skin, fingers to toes. Just remember it's the first posture of the day and there's no rush. Know where you need to be. Nothing you have to prove to yourself, to me, to anyone else. All you have to do is breathe in and out through the nose. Once you can breathe, focus on alignment. Bring the weight into your heels, hips a little forward, head and arms back, arms with your ears. Push your left hip a little forward, get your 2 hips in line, good. Now bring your right shoulder forward, open your chest like a flower petal blooming. Option to stay here or get a little deeper at the end. Come down, push and push and push. Change. Inhale to come up, stop in the middle. Press your heels down, pull your abdomen in, squeeze your palms together. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, slowly bend to the left, press your hips to the right, breathe. So throughout class, focus on what you can do rather than what you cannot do, right? Let's say you have a shoulder injury. Your posture, might look like this, right? Or it might look like this. Or again, sometimes we just hold in a neutral position in an asana and breathe and maybe envision what the posture looks like, right? So we're never forcing the body. Once you're in the posture, right, rather than coming all the way down but collapsing, focus on your form and breath. So weight stays in the heels, contract the quadricep muscles, gluteal muscles, press your hips forward, pull your abdomen in, biceps with ears, squeeze your palms together. Right hip a little forward, 2 hips in line, left shoulder forward, 2 shoulders in line. You can use your breath to get deeper into postures. Inhale, lengthen the arms. Exhale, come down, push, push, push. Change. Inhale to come up. First back bend of the sequence. Take a deep breath, full lungs. Keep your eyes open, relax your head back, squeeze your butt, lift your chest, and immediately take your arms back with your ears. Try to touch the wall behind you. So whole spine backward bending from coccyx to the neck, lower back, middle back, upper back. Bend your total spine backward bending. Keep the weight in your heels, lock your legs. Inhale, breathing, push your stomach, thighs, hips, everything forward. Lift your chest up, squeeze your palms together. Now bring your arms back, look back, fall back, way back, go back, more back. And change. Inhale to come up, big stretch up, decompress the spine. Exhale, stomach in, fold. Hands to floor, let your head hang heavy. Go for a walk, move your hips, shake your head. This is a U-turn from back bending to forward folding. At the beginning of class, your spine might not be quite warmed up yet. Move your hips to get your lower back nice, relaxed, comfortable, easy, flexible. Padastasana, hands to feet pose. Bend your knees halfway. You can grab the backs of your calves, your Achilles, or your heels from underneath. Step on all 10 fingers. Pull on your heels, roll your weight into your toes, and lift your hips up. Stretch your upper body down from the lower spine to the floor. Pulling is the object of stretching. You're trying to create a tremendous stretching feeling on the back of your body, all over, inside out, bones to skin, fingers to toes with a smiling, happy face. It's kind of poetic. Roll forward like a wheel. Lift your hips up to the ceiling. Push your knees back. Stretch your spine down. Change. Come on up. Arms with ears. Knees can bend as you lift up. Very nice. Float your arms down. And you stand a little taller. Great. Second set, feet together. Inhale, arms up, palms together. Switch the grip, interlock fingers, release index fingers, cross thumbs, other thumb, pinky finger on top. Press your heels down, pull your abdomen in. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, slowly bend to the right, press your hips to the left. So second set often feels different, right? We're a little bit more warmed up and we're also more aware of what we're working with. I often think of the first set of an asana as diagnostic. So, sometimes at the beginning of my practice, I might notice like, ooh, I'm feeling flexible today, or like, left hip is kind of tight today, right? And we take that knowledge into our second set, especially at the beginning of class, right? We're still really just warming up and observing how our body is doing today. So sometimes in the second set, you might get a little bit deeper, or sometimes in the second set, you might do a little less or take a different variation. And that's wonderful too. Weight in your heels, hips forward, arms back. Inhale, lengthen the arms. Exhale, push, push, push. Change. Inhale to come up, stop in the middle. Imagine you could lean against a wall behind you. Stomach in, big stretch up. Slowly bend to the left, press your hips to the right. Breathe in and out through the nose, mouth closed. Eyes open, focus forward. If your eyes are wandering, your mind is wandering, let this be some time just for you. Concentrate and meditate. Keep the weight in your heels, hips a little forward, head and arms back, touch your biceps to your ears. Push your right hip a little forward, get your 2 hips in line. Now bring your left shoulder forward, open your chest like a flower petal blooming on a beautiful spring day. Option to stay here or get a little deeper at the end. Come down, push and push and push. Change. Inhale to come up, second heart opener. Keep your eyes open, relax your head back. Squeeze your butt, lift your chest, then immediately take your arms back with your ears. So whole spine backward bending, whole front of the body stretching. If you can see the wall behind you, start to tilt your index fingers down towards the floor. So you're really opening up through your chest, your armpits, right, your upper spine. Press your heels down, push your hips forward, lift your chest up, squeeze your palms together, arms back, look back, fall back, way back, go back, more back. change. Inhale to come up, stretch. Exhale, fold, right? You get this nice rush of blood to the head, hands to floor, drop your head, go for another walk, move your hips, shake your head. Notice what's a little bit more loose in the second set, what's still a little tighter, tender. Still checking in. Padastasana, hands to feet pose, bend your knees. You can grab the backs of your legs or your heels from underneath, step on all 10 fingers. Bend your elbows back like you're doing a bicep curl in reverse. Try to wrap your elbows back behind you, touch your elbows together behind you, pull on your heels, roll your weight into your big toes and lift your hips up. So send your hips up to the ceiling and then stretch the top of your head down towards the floor. Pull on your heels, roll your weight into your toes, lift your hips up, push your knees back, try to lock your knees, lock your knees, lock your knees. Change, come on up, arms with ears, lift up nice and tall, good. Float your arms down, stand a little taller, beautiful. Awkward Utkatasana, step your right foot to the right about 6 inches, hip width distance, insides of your feet, perfectly parallel like 11s. Bring your arms up, parallel to the floor, tricep muscles tight, all 5 fingers together, thumbs with your index fingers. Reach your arms forward, pull your abdomen in, bend your knees, sit back and down into a chair. Feet flat position, spine straight to begin with, 100% of your body weight in your heels. Sit down halfway only, hips into a chair. I am keeping my hips relatively lifted in this posture because of a little bit of a hip aggravation, but you are welcome to sit down much lower if that is speaking to you. Do keep 6 inches between toes, heels, knees, and hands so the knees aren't going way in or way out. Pull your abdomen in, lift your upper body off of your lower body, lift your chin up. Chest up, lean back, fall back, way back, change. Come on up, keep your arms there. Press your hips forward, concentrate and meditate. Come up maximum on your tippy toes, like a ballerina. Push down through your big toes and pinky toes. Stretch up at the top, bend your knees, sit down and lean back. Touch your head and hips to an imaginary wall. So tuck your tailbone under a little bit. Try to eliminate curvature in the lower spine. Lift your heels a little higher, knees a little higher. Sit down into a chair, but don't sit below chair level. Good, change, come on up, last part, still breathing. Squeeze your knees together, let your heels come a little off the floor and slowly sit down. Take your time, listen to your body, stop whenever you want or sit all the way down. Good, squeeze your knees together and forward, thighs parallel to the floor, arms parallel to the thighs, spine perfectly straight from the side, looks like you're holding a box. Nice change, slowly push the floor away from you. Good, heels down, right foot back, arms and shoulders down. Take a breath. Nice, second set, step your right foot to the right hip width distance, insides of your feet parallel. Bring your arms up, parallel to the floor, tricep muscles tight. Reach your arms forward, pull your abdomen in, bend your knees, sit back and down into a chair, right? So your posture might look like this, or even like this with hands in prayer. Or your posture might look like this, right? You can stick your butt out and fold forward to sit down more, pull your abdomen in, lift the upper body off of the lower body, depression to abdominal wall, contraction to abdominal muscles. Suck your stomach in, lift your chin up, chest up, change. Come on up, keep your arms there, push your hips forward, concentrate, meditate, levitate, lift your heels, stretch up. Imagine someone has you by the ponytail, stretching the crown of your head up to the ceiling, bend your knees, sit down and lean back. Press your shins forward, right? So rather than leaning forward or sticking your butt out, you want to tuck the tailbone under, engage the abdominal wall, lift your heels up, sit down, and change. Last part, come on up, still breathing. Squeeze your knees together, let your heels come a little off the floor, and slowly sit down. Take your time. Keep the hips lifted, drop the shoulders down, stretch the crown of your head up. And change, slowly come up. Good, heels down, right foot back, arms and shoulders down, take a breath. Beautiful, eagle pose, Garudasana. We're gonna do the right side first. Keep in mind, I'm not mirroring you. Inhale your arms over your head, big stretch up. Exhale, swing right arm, under left arm, right elbow, under left elbow. Cross first at the elbows, again at your wrists, palms together, thumbs towards your nose, pinkies away from your face. You can also interlace fingers, grab a thumb, or grab your shoulders and pull down. Everybody pull elbows down, bend your knees, sit back and down, stay down there, lean back, option to stay here, or bring your right leg over your left leg as high as possible. Cross your legs, twist like ropes, breathe through your nose. So your posture might look like this. It might also look like this. Depth of asana does not equate to depth of yoga posture. A little bit goes a long way. Focus on what you can do rather than what you cannot do. If your foot is coming out, sit down more. If you're losing your balance, arch your upper body back. Bring your knees to the right, upper body to the left, twist like ropes, sit back and down, upper body back at the end. Good, change, feet together, arms up. Let's do the left side. Swing your left arm under your right arm, left under right, palms together, thumbs towards your nose. Notice if your hands are going to the right of your face. Pull your hands a little to the left, back to center, and then drop right shoulder down, even out the shoulders. Pull elbows down, stomach in, bend your knees, sit back and down, just like chair pose, right? Utkatasana, sitting into a chair. Stay down there, lean back, option to stay here, or bring your left leg over your right leg. Cross your legs, twist like ropes, breathe in and out through your nose. And if you ever find in class that you can't breathe or you have to gasp for breath, that's probably a sign you've gone a little bit too far, right? We want to prioritize a breath, especially when we breathe through the nose. It soothes the nervous system and it gets us really highly oxygenated blood, right, all through the body. So we don't build up lactic acid in class. Bring your knees a little to the left, upper body to the right, sit back and down, lean back, take a breath here. Good, and change, feet together, arms up. We'll go right to second set, here we go. Swing right arm under left arm. On this side, you might bring your hands a little to the right and then drop the left shoulder down, pull elbows down. Bend your knees, sit down, stay down there, lean back and bring right leg over left leg. Cross, twist, squeeze, and breathe. You might notice, right, that the left side and the right side feel different. You might notice that second set feels different from first set, or that this posture feels totally different than it did last time you practiced. These are all good observations to have, right? So much of our yoga practice is just observing our body, observing our mind, observing the breath connect the mind to the body. Maybe through yoga, we start to address little incongruencies in our body, but through yoga, we also accept the fact that, one hip might always be tighter than the other hip, and that's okay. Sit a little lower, breathe a little slower, upper body back at the end. Change, feet together, arms up. Last one, here we go. Swing left arm, zoom, under right arm. That's a technical term, zoom. Pull your elbows down, suck your stomach in, bend your knees, sit back and down, stay down there, lean back, and bring left leg. Oopsie, bring left leg over right leg. So we're in the balancing series, right? And if you fall out of a posture, just hop back in. If your foot is coming out, sit down more. If you're losing your balance, arch your upper body back. Bring your knees to the left, upper body to the right, twist like ropes, sit back and down, lean back, hold, take a breath here. Good, change, feet together, arms up. Arms down, party time. You can grab a sip of water if you want. Cheers, friends. Okay, wonderful. So for the next 3 postures, it's the balancing series. We're going to balance on one leg. Remember, if you fall out, take a breath and then hop back in. So you always end on one leg. Shift your weight to your left leg. Dandayamana Janu Shavasana, standing head to knee pose. Lock your left leg. Lift your right leg up, flex your toes back, pull your abdomen in. Option to stay here or round down and pick up your right foot. All 10 fingers interlocked, webbing to webbing grip. From start to finish, standing legs should be solid, concrete, one piece, lamp post, unbroken. You have no knee. If you have a grip on your foot, you know your left leg is locked, no bend, no wobble. Inhale, breathing. Slowly, gently, lift your right leg up. Stretch it forward until your right leg is exactly parallel to the floor. No higher, no lower, standing leg lock. Take a breath. Kick your heel forward. Continuously keep kicking without stopping, without intermission. Flex all 5 toes back towards your face from the ankle. You're training your Achilles to stretch. If both legs lock from the side, legs make an L like Linda, then bend your elbows down. Touch your elbows to your calf muscles one day. Elbows go below the calf muscles. Lock your knee. Lock your knee. Lock your knee. Change. Arms straight, bend the right leg, right foot down. Good. Shift your weight to your right leg. Evenly distribute your body weight on your right foot. Lift your left leg up. Flex your toes back, engage your core, and lift your pelvic floor up as well, right? So lift from the pelvic floor, lift from the kneecap, lift from the core. Option to stay here or round down and pick up your left foot. All 10 fingers interlocked, even your thumbs under your foot. You're also welcome to have your knee higher into your chest so that you don't round down as much in the setup. You can stay here in the setup, or as you're ready, slowly, gently lift your left leg up. Notice if your heel is turning in and your knee is turning out. That's the hip opening, right? You want to move your left heel to the left so that your ankle and hip are in line. From here, kick your heel forward, flex your toes back, breathe through your nose. If both legs lock, you feel tremendous stretching feeling on the backs of both legs. Start to bend elbows down. Touch your elbows to your calf muscles. One day, elbows go below the calf muscles. Let's hold here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Change. Arms straight, bend the left leg, left foot down, put your hands on your back, do a little back bend or an even. Laughing, last week at yoga in the park, we asked someone to take a picture of us after class. We were doing a balancing posture. I walked everyone through the posture. We're all in it. And I say, great. Hold here for 3 more seconds. And everyone, the minute I said, hold here, everyone fell out, right? So I've observed as a yoga teacher and student, there's a psychological element to balancing postures, which is all that means. It's a really wonderful opportunity, not just to work on your physical balance, but to work on your mental balance as well, right? Notice if you get frustrated, notice if you're constantly fixated on falling out of a posture. Instead, you might train your brain to think about what would happen if I stayed in the posture the whole time, right? And as we start to train our body for the best case scenario in yoga, we also train our mind for the best case scenario outside of yoga, right? So again, focus on what you can do or what might be rather than what you can't do or what will never be. Standing head to knee, second set. Shift your weight to your left leg. Lock your left leg. Lift your right leg up, flex your toes back, round down. So physically, right, this posture, you're toning your core, you're rounding your spine, you're working on your balance. As you're ready, lift your right leg up. But psychologically, this posture has taught me a lot about perseverance, determination, compassion. If both legs lock, bend elbows down. If elbows go below calf muscles, tuck chin to chest. Put your forehead on your knee. Hold and breathe. Slowly bring your head up, arms straight. Bend your right leg, right foot back down. Good. Last one, shift your weight to your right leg, squeeze right thigh tight. Lift your left leg up, flex your toes back, round down. Pick up your foot, all 10 fingers interlocked. Concentrate, meditate. Don't forget to have fun. Inhale, lift your left leg up. Both legs lock, bend elbows down. Elbows go below calf muscles, tuck your chin to your chest. Put your forehead on your knee. Lock your knee. Lock your knee. Lock your knee. Slowly bring your head up, arms straight. Bend the left leg, left foot back down. Good for you. After that rounded spine posture, that compression posture, next we do a big back bend, shoulder and chest opener, right? Standing bow pulling pose, Dandayamana, Dhanurasana, feet together. Bring your right hand up, elbow touches the body, palm faces the ceiling. Bring your hand out to the right. Give yourself a high five for practicing yoga today. Yes, reach back without turning or twisting your wrist. Pick up the inside of your right foot at the ankle bone, thumb with your index finger. Bring your left arm up and back with your ear, right hip forward, knees together to start. Lock your left leg, point your right toes, lift your chin and chest. Option to stay here, or as you're ready, take a big breath, reach up, and then slowly reach forward. Charge your body forward. Simultaneously, kick your right leg back and all the way up to the ceiling. Slowly bring the body down and the leg up. Foot comes directly over the top of your head, good. 2 heels in line. Kick back and up until the right shoulder disappears behind the left shoulder. In other words, 2 shoulders in line. Touch your chin to your shoulder, shoulder blade scapula stretching away from the body. Kicking and stretching should be equal. simultaneous. 50-50, the harder you kick, you can balance your forever. Body down more. Leg up more. Charge your body forward, kick back, kick up one more time. Good, change, slowly kick yourself up. Feet together, arms down. Bring your left hand up like you're serving a tray, out to the left. So even this simple motion, right? You get a huge opening to the chest and shoulder. Reach back without turning or twisting your wrist. Pick up the inside of your left foot at the ankle bone, thumb with your index finger, lift your right arm up, bring it back, bicep with ear, hips in line, maybe knees even touch. Lift your right kneecap, point your left toes, lift your chin and chest. Option to stay here or take a breath, stretch up, and then slowly kick into your hand. Good. Simultaneously charge your body forward. Take your time. So in standing head to knee, we rounded our spine, compressed our abdomen, right? We strengthened our hip flexor, and we flexed our kicking foot. This posture is complementary to that. In standing bow, we're pointing our kicking foot, we're stretching our hip flexor, right? We're opening through the chest, the abdomen, and we're doing a back bend. So the sequencing of this yoga series is really smart, right? We often move our body in opposite or complementary directions. Lock your right leg, point your left toes, keep your chin and chest lifted as you start to come down more parallel to the floor. Body down more, leg up more, charge your body forward, kick, kick, kick. Good, change, slowly press yourself up, feet together, arms down, take a breath, check in. Sometimes we check in with our body a lot, but not our heart. So notice again where you're sending your mental energy right now. Right, try to bring the body and mind together. Often I try to soothe my body through my mind, but in yoga, we actually learn that soothing our body is a really wonderful way to soothe our mind. So in the second set, even if your heart rate is elevated like mine is, we're still gonna breathe slowly, right? And again, that soothes the central nervous system so the mind stays calm and serene, even when we're balancing on one foot and falling out. We're staying in. Second set, bring your right hand up, out to the right. Reach back, pick up the inside of your right foot at the ankle, left arm up, right hip forward, knees together. Lock your left leg, point your right toes, lift your chin and chest, stretch up, and slowly kick, stretch, breathe. This is a moving meditation. This is an expression of who you are on the inside. Right? Yes, it's an expression of balance, strength, flexibility, but more importantly, it's an expression of, right, maybe patience or compassion, maybe your effort to slow down, right? Or your belief in never giving up. Slowly bring the body down, leg up, reach forward, kick back, kick up one more time. Change, slowly kick yourself up, feet together, arms down. We set a sankalpa, an intention or a dedication at the beginning of our practice. You might call that into your heart or into your mind for this last one. Left hand up, out to the left, reach back, pick up the inside of your left foot at the ankle, thumb with your index finger, bring your right arm up and back, knees together, lock your right leg, point your left toes, lift your chin and chest, stretch up, and slowly kick, stretch, breathe. Standing bow pulling pose, a bow like an archery. Right arm makes the arrow. Left arm and leg are the bow, drawing taut. Iyengar takes it a step further. He says body is the bow, posture is the arrow, target is the soul. Doesn't matter what the posture looks like, matters it's an expression of who you are, right? And again, maybe what your sankalpa is, that dedication or that intention that you set. Body down, leg up, reach forward, kick, kick, kick. Change, slowly kick yourself up. Feet together, arms down. Come to the back of your mat, Tula Dandasana, balancing stick. This next posture is only 10 seconds, 10 yoga seconds. You have to make up your mind to use 100% of your strength in half a second. If you're late, it's over. Sometimes it's okay for it to be over. Feet together, inhale, arms up, palms together, interlock fingers, release index fingers, cross thumbs, nice tight white knuckle grip, lean back and stretch up. Step your right foot forward, shift your weight to your right foot, stretch, point your left toes, option to stay here, or slowly start to come down parallel to the floor. Arms, body, head, legs, everything parallel to the floor. From the side, body makes a T like Tom, not a broken umbrella. Stretch, stretch, stretch. Awesome. Change. Left foot down, right foot back, lean back, stretch up, step your left foot forward, shift your weight to your left foot, stretch, point your right toes, option to stay here or come down. Charge your body forward. Try to touch the wall in front of you. Shoulder blades, scapula stretching away from the body. Bring your chest down, chin forward, leg up, leg up, leg up. Change, slowly right foot to floor. Good, left foot back, float your arms down, take a breath. Second set, arms up, palms together, switch the grip, interlock fingers, release index fingers, cross thumbs, lean back, stretch up, step your right foot forward, block both legs, point your left toes, stretch and tilt. Keep your arms with your ears. Engage your core. Lift your kneecaps, lock your legs, squeeze your butt, squeeze your palms together, stretch, stretch, stretch. Change, left foot down, right foot back, big stretch up, step your left foot forward, lock both legs, stretch and tilt. So your posture might look like this, or like this, or like this, right? Everything parallel to the floor, body down, leg up, reach forward, stretch back. Change, slowly right foot down, good, left foot back, nice, arms down. Enough of that, you can come to the top of your mat and face the long side of your mat for the separate leg series. I will face you. Standing separate leg stretching, Dandayamana, Bikaptapada, Paschimottanasana. Inhale, arms up, big stretch up. Exhale, step your right foot to the right, nice big step, arms down parallel to the floor. You can turn your toes in, pigeon toe your feet. That'll help to rotate the pelvis inward, or you can point your toes forward so the insides of your feet are parallel, especially if you have active sciatic nerve pain, keep the insides of your feet parallel. Lock your legs, lift your chest, look forward, and swan dive forward. Go down with a flat back, hinge at your hips. Lots of options. You can put your hands on the floor. You can grab the outsides of your feet. You can grab your heels from underneath. Let's play around with our center of gravity. Everybody roll forward. Bring the weight into the balls of your feet or into your hands or arms in front of you. Lift your hips up, push your knees back, lock your knees. First the leg stretching, then the hip stretching, lower spine, whole body stretching, 360-degree angle stretching, coccyx to toes, coccyx to forehead, touch your forehead to the floor, in between your feet. If your forehead's not yet touching the floor, take a little bit of a bigger step. Roll forward like a wheel, lift your hips up, push your knees back, pull and stretch, touch your head to the floor, in between your feet. Good, change, slowly come up, lift from the ribs, lift from the heart. Very nice, step your right foot back to the place, arms up, arms down. Can always take a bigger or smaller step in the second set. Here we go, inhale, arms up. Exhale, step your right foot to the right, nice generous step, arms down parallel to the floor. Lock your legs, inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold, connect to your breath. Good, again, especially if your knees are bending a lot, you might start with your hands on the floor in front of you. Walk your hands forward as much as you'd like until you can lift your hips up. For my flexi folks, it's not so much about jamming your knees back, it's about lifting the kneecaps up, contract the quadricep muscles. In this posture, you can let your pelvic floor relax. If you have a grip on your feet, bend your elbows back, elbows to calf, shoulders to ceiling, belly button to spine. Everybody roll forward, pull stomach through thighs, chest through knees, and when your head is an inch or two away from the floor, drop your head down, head touches the floor in between your feet. Good, change, slowly come up. Very nice. Step your right foot back to the place, arms up, arms down. Lovely. Next is the summit of the standing series. Our version of triangle trikonasana uses all the major muscle groups in the body. This posture really incorporates like strength, flexibility, balance all together. It's really fun. Here we go, triangle trikonasana. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, step your right foot to the right, nice generous step, arms down parallel to the floor. Press your hips forward, lean back, stretch the crown of your head up. Turn your right foot out, maybe left toes in, bend your right knee and lunge. Sit down low, lean back, and move your arms at the same time. So again, I'm staying fairly lifted. Your right thigh might be parallel to the floor, right? So maybe your right leg looks like an upside down L like Linda, mine not so much. Everybody tilt your upper body to a 45-degree angle. So you're not staying all the way up, but you're also not collapsing all the way down, right? You want a diagonal line from your ankle to the crown of your head. Look up to the ceiling, look for your left thumb. Push your left hip forward and down. Push your right knee back with the help of your elbow. Now turn, twist upper body back like spine twisting posture. Lock your left leg. Keep your left foot stable and flat on the floor. change. Rotate your arms, engage your core as you come up. Straighten your right leg, right toes in, left toes out, 2 heels in line. Inhale, bend your left knee and lunge. Sit down low, reach your arms apart, lean back, and move your arms at the same time. So your posture might look like this. It might also look like this, right? Eventually elbow in front of the knee, aim your fingertips between your big and second toe. Don't touch the floor, don't push any weight on the floor. Use your core strength to stay lifted. Look up and stretch up. Reach your right arm up, stretch your left arm down. Push your right hip forward and down. Push your left knee back with the help of your elbow. Now turn, twist upper body back like spine twisting posture. Lock your right leg, keep your right foot flat on the floor. Change, engage your core as you come up, straighten your left leg, turn your left toes in, right foot back to the place, arms up, arms down. Lovely. Second set, triangle. Here we go. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, step your right foot to the right, nice big step. Push your hips forward, lean back. Turn your right foot out, make sure your heels are in line. I like to line up my heels with my mat. That's always an easy trick. Bend your right knee and lunge, sit down, lean back, and move your arms at the same time. Elbow in front of the knee, hover your fingertips between your big and second toe. Don't touch the floor, don't push any weight on the floor. Look up and stretch up. Notice if you're leaning forward and sticking your butt out, try to press your hips forward and lean back, engage your core as if you could lean against a wall behind you. Sit down more. Chest up more. Now roll your left rib cage back, open your chest like a flower petal blooming. Lock your left leg, keep your left foot flat on the floor. Change, move your arms, straighten your leg, right toes in, left toes out, 2 heels in line. Inhale, bend your left knee and lunge. Also notice if your knee is going to the right of your ankle, you want your knee directly tracking with your ankle. Sit down, lean back, and move your arms. In this version of triangle pose, you're invited to push your elbow or your hand into your knee to keep the knee tracking with the ankle. Another way to think of that though is to actually put your hand on the outside, like the left side of your knee, and then push your knee into your hand resists. And then you'll really start to feel not just the inner thigh strengthen, but your glute and your side leg, right? So we're opening the hips here safely by contracting and engaging the leg muscles. This is not just a hip opener, it's also a leg strengthener, right? Sit down more, chest up more, turn, twist upper body back, lock your right leg, keep your right foot flat on the floor. Good, change. Move your arms, straighten your leg, left toes in, right foot back, arms up, arms down. So far in the separate leg series, right, in stretching pose, we stretched the legs and the spine. In triangle pose, right, we twisted the spine, the abdominal wall, and next in standing separate leg head to knee, we're gonna round the spine and squeeze, compress the abdominal wall. Dandayamana, Bikaptapada, Janusharasana. Inhale, arms up, palms together, only cross your thumbs. Exhale, step your right foot to the right, nice big step, 3 to 4 feet. Shift your weight to your heels, pick up your toes, pivot on your heels. Turn your back toes in, squeeze your left butt cheek, push your left hip forward, forward, forward. 2 hips in line, 2 heels in line. Backside foot makes a 45-degree angle. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, chin to chest, go down. Round your spine like a nautilus shell. Tuck your chin to your chest, pull your abdomen in, touch your forehead to your knee. If your forehead and knee aren't touching, you might try bending your front leg. You could try taking a bigger or smaller step. You can turn your left toes in and forward more. You can also really actively push the floor away from you, tuck your chin to your chest, bring your forehead and knee closer together and never force your body, right? Tuck your chin to your chest, pull your abdomen in, front side compression, throat choke, eyes open, breathing normal. Push your forehead into your knee, lift your kneecaps, lock your legs. Bring your hands together in prayer, feel your biceps touch your ears. Change, slowly uncurl. So feel your palms pressing together, arms with ears, chin to chest, head up last. Shift your weight to your heels, pick up your toes and see if you can turn 180 degrees in one swoop. Wee, uncross your heels. Turn your back toes in, push your right hip forward, 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 2 hips in line, 2 heels in line, backside foot makes a 45-degree angle. Stretch up, tuck your chin to your chest and go down, round, scoop, curl, tuck, concave, chin to chest, stomach in, touch your forehead and knee together. Stretch your fingers forward beyond your big and second toe. Bring your weight to your front foot, lift your left hip up, press your right hip forward to get your 2 hips in line. This is a compression posture. We're squeezing and compressing the abdominal wall. In Ayurvedic medicine, there's this idea that the same way that you might massage muscles, you also want to massage your internal organs. So everything is getting a nice squeeze here. So it's squeaky clean. Your insides are squeaky clean after class. Push your forehead into your knee, lift your kneecaps, lock your legs, hands together. Change. Imagine you're dragging your forehead up your thigh, your chest, biceps with ears. Head up last. Shift your weight to your heels. Pick up your toes, pivot, face forward, step your right foot back, float your arms down. So compression and extension in yoga is not just about, bending your spine. It's also about what you're doing with the front of your body. So I'll again share some of the Ayurvedic benefits of this posture in the second set, which you can, believe or not, but I think it's important to note the philosophy behind why we're doing this is more than just like opening our back and toning our core, right? Second set, head to knee, Janu Shavasana. Inhale, arms up, palms together, cross your thumbs. Exhale, step your right foot to the right, nice generous step. Pick up your toes, pivot to the back of your mat. I'm showing you from the side. Turn your back toes in, push your left hip forward 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. Big stretch up, chin to chest, go down. So we're working on our interoception, right? Our self-awareness, right? You can feel your body moving. We're also working on our proprioception, our awareness of our body moving in time and space as you round down, pinkies to floor, touch your forehead to your knee. So chin to chest stimulates the thyroid, parathyroid, or the throat chakra. Pulling the abdomen in massages the internal organ, stimulates the solar plex chakra, right? At the same time, sometimes this is called a marriage of the kidneys and pancreas. You can imagine inside of your body right now, as you compress the abdominal wall, your pancreas on the deepest level of the abdominal wall starts to squeeze towards the kidneys on the lower middle back. Push your forehead into your knee, stretching your hamstrings. Lock your legs, right? It's strengthening the legs and core. Hands together, working on balance, change. Slowly come up. So the slower you go, the more muscles you engage. Chin to chest, head up last. Pick up your toes, pivot 180 degrees. And that 180-degree pivot is intentional because it stimulates our nervous system, right? So we kind of wake up in the posture. I'll show you from the front. Turn your back toes in, push your right hip forward, press your palms together. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, go down. Can you look at your belly button all the way down? You can't see your front foot all the way down. Chin to chest, stomach in, balance, challenge. Keep your hands together. Tuck your chin to your chest, touch your forehead to your knee. So there's a lot of physical benefits of this posture, but for me, there's also some big mental, emotional, spiritual benefits. This is usually the point in class where I know we're almost on the floor and I often want to rush through this posture, but the setup is kind of long and the posture itself is kind of slow. And so we're invited back into slowness and stillness at a time where frankly, personally, I want to speed up. The yoga calls us to slow down. Push your forehead into your knee, lock both legs, hands together. Change, slowly uncurl. So where else in your life might you want to speed up when in fact you're being called to slow down? Head up last. Pick up your toes, step your right foot back, float your arms down. Good. Come to the middle of your mat for the hip opening series, beginning with tree pose Tadasana. Shift your weight to your left leg, lock your left leg, lift your right leg up, point your right toes. You can have your ankle on your shin, your knee, your thigh. You might even hold on to your foot from underneath and bring your heel to your costume. You can hold on to your right knee with your hand or let the right knee drop down and back into a half lotus shape, never forcing the hip or knee. You can bring one or both hands together. And if you are bringing your hands in prayer, actively press your palms together. Feel the biceps engage. Root down through your left foot without grabbing the floor with your toes. And now stretch the crown of your head up to the ceiling. Root to rise. Change, return your right foot to the ground. Shift your weight to your right leg, evenly distribute your body weight on your right foot and lift your left leg up. This side might look or feel different, it does for me. Heel to costume, let your left knee drop down and back into a half lotus shape, again, never forcing the body. You can bring your left hand to the center of your chest. And if you can balance without your foot falling, right hand palms together. Take a breath here. Take another breath. Go wild. And change, left leg down. You can do a second set of tree the same way that we do a second set of all the other postures. You can also try Padangusthasana toe stand. Look towards the floor, 4 feet in front of you, so you're not dropping your head all the way down, right? Pick a spot on the floor, don't move your eyes, don't blink. Oops, I blinked. Shift your weight to your left leg, lock your left leg, lift your right leg up. Anywhere above the knee, anywhere on the thigh is good. You can bring one or both hands together. And as you're ready, start to fold forward, hinge at your hips. At first, maybe just angling forward or hands to floor. Option to stay here or lean forward, lift your heel, bend your knee, sit down on your heel. Everybody point your right toes. Walk your hands back to either sides of your hips. Stretch the crown of your head up to the ceiling. Left hand to the center of your chest. Right hand, spine straight, come a 1/2 inch off your heel. As you're ready, hands to floor. You can come up on 2 feet or lift your hips up, straighten your standing leg, heel back down, and change. Slowly reverse out. Very nice. Change, right leg down, shift your weight to your right leg, squeeze right thigh tight, lift your left leg up, let your left knee drop. You can bring one or both hands together. Look towards the floor. Concentrate, meditate. Don't forget to have fun. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Hands to floor, lean forward, lift your heels, sit down. Walk your hands back, point your left toes. Left hand to the center of your chest. Right hand, elbows down, spine straight, come a 1/2 inch off your heel. Whenever you're ready, put your hands back on the floor. You can come up on 2 feet or lift your hips up, straighten your standing leg, and then lift from the ribs to reverse out. Good, and change. Left leg down, honor yourself, give yourself high five, fist bump, turn around, Savasana, head to the front of your mat, feet to the back of your mat. We are on the floor for the rest of class. And I'm gonna adjust my camera angle accordingly. Okay, bring your heels together. Let your toes fall open, arms down, palms face the ceiling, eyes open, mouth closed. Breathing normal. Savasana is a gas station. Let it fill you up. When you lie still with your limbs close together, your heart and lungs don't have to work very hard to pump fresh blood and oxygen through your body. This is a restorative posture. You can return to your sankalpa, right? Your intention or dedication. And holding that in your heart. Take a few slow breaths. Particularly in the West, we really focus on this self-realization part of yoga, right? Which is like getting to know yourself better. But it's important to note that yoga is both like a deeply personal journey about self-realization, and it's also about community and being of service to others. And that's why I really like setting an intention or a dedication at the beginning of class, including sometimes like dedicating it to someone in my life or people in my life, right? Because it reminds me that like my yoga practice isn't just for me, it's for other people as well. I'll share with you, there's another word in Sanskrit called seva, which is our concept of community service or being of service to others. And one of my favorite parts about the definition of seva is that it defines service as an act where you're not attached to the outcome. So I think sometimes like a great example would be like if you see an unhoused person asking for money and you give them $1 and you're like, I hope they don't spend it on drugs, right? Like we've all probably had that thought, versus a seva would be like, I'm going to give them $1 and I'm not going to attach to what they choose to spend that on, right? Because it's their body and it's their choice. And so I think about that too, when I think about setting an intention or a dedication to someone else in my life. It helps to remind me, not only am I trying to practice non-attachment in what they do with their life, but I'm also trying to practice non-attachment in my yoga practice as far as being attached to like an outcome in a posture or breathing exercise, right? If I fall out of a posture, who cares, right? It's not really about the posture, it's really about me. And it's really about being of service, not just to myself or others, but service where, right, you're not attached to the outcome. The floor series begins with Pavana Muktasana, wind removing pose. Bend your right leg up, interlock your 10 fingers, grab your right shin, nice tight, white knuckle grip, pull your knee out to the right, down towards your shoulder, completely avoid your rib cage. Keep your head on the floor, look down the center line of your body, pull and hold. Change. Right leg down, bend your left leg up, interlock your 10 fingers, pull your knee out and down, push the pads of your fingers into the backs of your hands to strengthen your grip. If your right leg does not naturally touch the floor, flex your right toes back to your face to anchor the right side body down. Change. Left leg down, both legs lift up, grab your elbows each other, give yourself a big hug for coming to class. You are welcome to place your hands on your shins. You can grab the backs of your legs. You can interlace your fingers, grab your wrists or forearms. You can grab your elbows, or if it's easy to grab your elbows, you can even palm your elbows. Keep your head on the floor. Without lifting your head, tuck your chin in slightly, feel your neck spine lengthen. Squeeze your knees together, press your shins into your forearms to roll your hips down. Eventually, or in the future, when the bone, joint, skeletal system has improved, the whole spine from coccyx to the neck will be flat on the floor. Change. Arms down and eyes open. So those are the Sanskrit words for today. Sankalpa, S-A-N-K-A-L-P-A, which again is like an intention or a dedication, and Seva, or community service, being of service to others, which is S-E-V-A. Second set, bend your right leg up, interlock your 10 fingers, switch the grip, other thumb, pinky finger on top, pull your knee out and down. You're purposely putting pressure on your lower abdomen. This posture is called wind removing pose for a reason. It is good for your digestion. Change, right leg down, bend your left leg up, pull your knee out and down. So it's good for digestion, good for grip strength. This is a nice hip opener as well. Draw your knee towards your armpit, opening your hip capsule. Change. Left leg down, both legs up, grab your elbows each other, look down the center line of your body as far as you can. So when we stretch our eyeballs like this, we are toning our motor optical nerve, which is our eye nerve, and that's a parasympathetic nerve, right? So when we look down and stretch our eyes like this, we actually kind of like soothe our nervous system. So some nerves in our body are attached to the sympathetic nervous system, which is like the fight or flight nervous system, and then some are attached to the parasympathetic nervous system, which is the rest and digest, and our eyes are attached to the parasympathetic, right? So looking down helps to soothe the body and the mind. Change. Arms down and eyes open. Next, we do a straight leg sit up. If you have any concerns about your back, skip the sit up, roll off to the side, meet on your abdomen. Otherwise, legs together, arms over your head, tuck your chin to your chest, sit up. Elbows to floor, forehead to knees, good. Turn lie on your abdomen for the spine strengthening series, starting with Cobra Bhujangasana, good for your lower lumbar spine. Place your hands flat on the floor just below your shoulders so your elbows point up to the ceiling. Zip up your legs like a cobra's tail, toes and heels touch. Lock your legs, push your hands into the floor, look up and lift. Good, stretch your upper body off the floor. Use 100% spine strength. Come up halfway only. Elbows stay bent, belly button down on the floor. Don't forget about your cobra's tail. Lock your legs, push your feet, hips, and hands flat into the floor. Roll your shoulders back and down. So rather than rolling your shoulders forward and down, try to roll the shoulders back and down. Open your chest, squeeze shoulder blade scapula together, push your feet, hips, and hands down. Look up, chin up, chest up, stretch up, breathe up. And change. Good. Slowly lower down, look to your right, left ear on your mat. Arms down, palms face the ceiling, toes together, heels fall open. Second set, chin forward, place your hands flat on the floor below the shoulders, little fingers in line with the deltoid. So from a bird's eye view, you can't see your fingernails. Zip up your legs, lock your legs, squeeze your butt, look up and lift. Great. So this is a deceptively simple posture. There's a lot going on, right? You're strengthening your legs, right? You're strengthening your glutes, press the tops of your feet and hips down. You're opening through your chest and shoulders. You're also strengthening your arms a little bit, right? Push the palms down, biceps and triceps engage. With the abdomen on the floor, it's a really wonderful massage to the internal organs, right? Good for digestion. And there's a lot of activation going on in the upper spine. So not only are you healing your spine through gentle compression, you're also really starting to strengthen the upper back. Squeeze the shoulders together, keep your neck long, lift your heart space up. Good, change. Slowly lower down, look to your left, right ear on your mat, arms down, toes together, heels fall open. So when the big toes touch and the heels fall open, it's an inverse opening to the hips and pelvis. With the arms down and the palms face up, it's an inverse opening to the shoulders. And as we look left and right, we get a gentle twist and stretch to the neck and shoulder. Locust, Shalabhasana, everybody's favorite. Chin forward, arms straight position. Rotate your arms, palms face the floor. Option to keep your arms out to the side or bring them underneath you. Stretching out the arms and hands. One day arms invisible underneath your torso. One day pinky fingers touch, but hands never overlap. Lock your right leg, point your right toes, and lift your right leg up. I have to tell you, I really don't want to be doing this posture right now, but I'm doing it anyways, right? Again, this posture has taught me a lot of tenacity and grit because I don't always want to do it, but I know it's good for me, right? Press your shoulders down, lift your leg up, change, right leg down, relax your right leg, lock your left leg, point your left toes, and lift your left leg up to a 45-degree angle, half of 90. See the foot come directly over the top of your head. Stretch your big toe back, point your left toes, lift your leg up, change, left leg down. Chin in, mouth down, bring your arms a little closer underneath you, spread your fingers wide, zip up your legs like a cobra's tail, lock your legs, point your toes, roll forward, and lift both legs up. Come up, everybody come up, struggle a little harder, don't give up, mouth down, shoulders down, roll forward, squeeze your butt, lock your legs, lift your thighs up, change, lower down, take your arms out, look to your right, left ear on your mat, breathe. So again, there's beautiful physical benefits to every posture, but there's also like life lessons or things that you can practice within yoga, right? So an example might be if you are someone that like always says yes to everything, you don't say no, even if something doesn't feel right for you, yoga might be an opportunity for you to practice saying no, right? And skipping a posture or doing a different variation or not going as deep as you could. Or, right, yoga might be a place where you could say, you know what, like, I know that this is kind of hard and I don't always like love this posture in the moment, but after class, I'm really proud of myself. I feel really good. Yoga might be a space where you practice like persevering, right? And that can change day to day or asana to asana, class to class, posture to posture, right? But again, it's not just about like strengthening your butt, right? Opening your chest. It's also about like practicing some mental stuff that you want to work on that you can take with you outside of your yoga practice as well. Second set, locust, chin forward, arms straight position, rotate your arms, palms face down, bring your arms underneath you. One day pinky fingers touch, spread your fingers a little bit wider in the second set, working on hand mobility. Lock your right leg, point your right toes, and lift your right leg up. In fact, this is the only posture in the entire series where our fingers are spread apart. In every other posture, right, the fingers are interlaced or the fingertips are together. This is the only one where we're spreading our fingers apart. Change, right leg down, relax your right leg, lock your left leg, point your left toes, and lift your left leg up. So imagine you're palming a basketball. Roll forward like a wheel, press your shoulders down, lift your leg up. Good, change, left leg down, tuck your chin and mouth down, bring your arms a little closer underneath you, zip up your legs, lock your legs, point your toes, roll forward, and lift both legs up. And the second set, if you'd like, try opening your feet, see if you can come up more. Good, and then bring the knees, feet back together. Awesome. Lock your legs, point your toes, roll forward, legs up, change, lower down, take your arms out, look to the left, right ear on your mat, and take a nice, easy breath. In Cobra, we lifted the chest. In Locust, we lifted the legs. Now in full Locust, we'll lift the chest and the legs at once. Purna Shalabhasana. Bring your chin forward, arms out to the side like airplane wings. Zip up your legs like a cobra's tail, toes and heels touch. Lock your legs, squeeze your butt, point your toes, look up and lift. Nice arms, body, head, legs. Everything lifts off the floor, gorgeous, like a jumbo jet taking off, just your hip bones on the floor. The rest of your body's in the air. Look up to the ceiling where your eyes go. Body will know to follow. Squeeze inner thighs together, point your toes, lock your legs, keep your palms flat, wrists straight, triceps tight, lift your thighs up, chin up, chest up, arms back, look up, come up a little higher at the end. Good, change, slowly lower down, tuck in your wings, look to your right, left ear on your mat, take a breath. Second set, chin forward, arms out to the side, lock your legs, point your toes, squeeze your glutes, look up and lift everything, lifting off the floor. Be here now, right? Feel your body, feel your breath, feel the present moment. This is a gift that you're giving yourself, not thinking, to what comes next or what came before, just being here, right? What a gift to give yourself. Lock your legs, point your toes, thighs up, chin up, chest up, arms back, come up a little higher at the end. Good, change, lower down, tuck in your wings, look to your left, right here on your mat. We don't always get a chance to be in the present moment. And in fact, it's impossible. The present moment by definition is fleeting, and sometimes it's not useful, right? Sometimes we have to be thinking about what comes next or what comes before. But what we also know, right, what yoga has known for thousands of years and what modern neuroscience is also starting to like prove is that being in the present moment is actually like deeply soothing and healing to our nervous system. So it's not always practical to be here, but in yoga, right, we get the chance to, and that is such a joy, right? An opportunity to be here. Bring your chin forward, bend your legs, grab your feet from the outside for the last posture on the floor, bull pulling pose, point your toes, squeeze your butt, look up towards the ceiling, good, and start to kick into your hands. Very nice, continuously keep kicking without stopping, without intermission. It's the kick that drives the posture. Roll forward once, freeze between your ribs and hips, hold still, do little sips of air in and out through your nose, point your toes, squeeze your butt, keep your chest lifted, bring your big toes up to the ceiling, look up, kick, kick, kick. Change, slowly lower down. Look to your right, left ear on your mat, arms down, heels open, take a breath. Second set, chin forward, bend your legs, grab your feet from the outside 2 inches below the toes, thumbs with your index fingers, wrists straight. Point your toes, look up and kick into your hands. So if you have small hands, which I do, I know it can be really hard to keep the wrists straight, right? Because we're like trying to palm our feet. Bring the insides of your wrists close together anyways, even if it means that you have to work on like upper fingertip strength. I'm right there with you. We want to keep the wrists, elbows, and shoulders relatively in line. Squeeze your glutes, point your toes, lift your chest, look up, kick, kick, kick. Hold here for a breath. Change, slowly lower down. Good for you. Look to your left, right here on your mat, and let that one go. Bring your chin forward, put your hands on the floor, push up. Come to the top of your mat for fixed firm Supta Vajrasana. I'll show you from the side. Open your knees and feet so the insides of your feet are parallel, and start to sink your hips back. You can keep your hands in front of you, beside you, or behind you the whole time. If you can sit between your heels and you're not in pain, you might opt to stay here in the first set, light and lifted, or you can put your hands on your feet and bend your right elbow down, left elbow down. Option to stay here or drop your head back, head to the floor, tuck your chin in, neck, shoulders on the floor, arms over your head, grab your elbows, each other, and hold. This is a beautiful example of a posture where, like, again, the depth of the asana really has nothing to do with like your knowledge of the posture, right? So especially if you have like tight toes or ankles or knees, maybe you're like a runner or a cyclist or a basketball player, a skier, right? You might not go very far in this posture, but I bet you're intimately familiar with it, right? A little bit goes a long way. It's not about what the posture looks like or how deep you get into it. It's about getting a gentle stretch to your body that also frankly helps you continue to do the things that you love longer. So not only is yoga like a beautiful practice in and of itself, it also helps us continue our hobbies, whether that's playing soccer or knitting or playing guitar, right? Works out all the joints in our body. Change, put your hands on your feet, press yourself up. Very nice, turn around, Savasana. And as we release out of the posture, we get this nice rush of blood through the hips, the knees, the ankles, the toes. And as we hone our interoception, right, our self-awareness, our bodily awareness, you might really start to feel that temperature shift or that blood flow in the lower body, right? The more we practice yoga, the more we become aware of ourselves, the more we become aware of our practice. And you might feel like right now, like, oh yeah, I can really feel like my feet changing temperature as more blood rushes towards the feet. You can always skip sit-ups by rolling off to the side, or legs together, arms over your head, tuck your chin to your chest, sit up. Good, come to the top of your mat. Second set. You might play around with keeping your knees together in the second set. That's a more traditional version of this asana. You can also keep the knees apart, feet apart. Option to stay here, right? If your butt's on the floor and you're not in any pain, put your palms on your soles, left elbow down, Right elbow down, head to floor, tuck your chin in, neck, shoulders on the floor, arms over your head, grab your elbows each other. If this is all gravy, walk your shoulders back closer to your hips to lift your chest higher like a natural human bridge. Good. Change, put your hands on your feet. Press yourself up, head up last, very nice, turn around, Savasana. So one of the, something that can be kind of maddening as you deepen your yoga practice is as you become more aware of your body, right? Then you become more aware of like, ooh, my hip really is tight, or I am like really aware when my back is feeling crunchy. At my yoga teacher training where we were doing like nonstop yoga, right? I became very aware that one of my legs was ever so slightly longer than the other in a way that I never felt, right? Like most of us usually like one foot is a little bigger than the other, one leg is slightly longer than the other, right? That is very common, but I could like feel it in my body and it was really hard not to fixate on it. And I had to remind myself like, this has been true your entire life. You are currently in a meditative space where you are very aware of your whole body. Doesn't mean that there's something wrong with your body, right? It's just that awareness. So what do we do as we become more aware? Do we fixate? Do we get anxious? Or do we just accept and practice non-detachment? I choose the second option, right? But that's a choice. And it also takes some like neuromuscular or like mental practice to choose non-attachment rather than to choose to like fret or worry. Legs together, arms over your head, chin to chest, sit up. Great, turn, come to the back of your mat, half tortoise, Ardha Karmasana. Knees, feet together, hips on your heels, arms up, palms together, cross your thumbs. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, stomach and fold. Option to put your hands on the floor and walk yourself in, or go down, forehead to floor, little fingers to floor. Press your palms together in prayer. Tilt your pinky fingers down, elbows and wrists off the floor. Just the knife edges of your pinky fingers touch the floor. The rest of your arms are in the air. Reach your arms forward, sink your hips back, stretch, stretch, stretch. Change, come on up, arms over ears, stomach in. You can also push yourself up. Good, arms down, turn around, Savasana. Remember that the sit-ups, like everything else we do, are optional. You can always roll off to the side and skip a sit-up. You can also like roll yourself up, right? Or if you'd like to try another sit-up, they're toning to the core. And they also help to wake us up. So you're going to keep your arms with your ears as you sit up, heels on the floor. You'll exhale when you grab your big toes, and you'll exhale again when you bring elbows to floor, forehead to knees. So it sounds like this, right? And that double exhale through the mouth stimulates the nervous system at the end of class, which gives us like a little bit of energy towards the end of class. Sometimes even when I skip the sit up, I still do the right? Because it's intentionally keeping us awake at the end of class. Legs together, arms over your head, chin to chest, sit up. Good, turn, come to the back of your mat, second set, half tortoise, knees, feet together, hips on your heels, arms up, palms together, cross your thumbs, inhale, lengthen, exhale, fold. How long can you look forward? Can you touch your forehead to floor? And then little fingers to floor. Reach your arms forward, sink your hips back, re-energize. Reorganize, revitalize, stretch. Change, come on up. Very nice, arms down, turn around, Savasana. Let the floor hold you up. The floor is such a important part of this class, especially when we're lying down, right? It's a flat surface. Picture your spine getting a little longer. Legs together, arms over your head, biceps with your ears, ground your heels on the floor, sit up. Good, turn. Come to the top of your mat, Camel Ustrasana, showing you from the side. Stand on your knees, 6 inches between your knees and your feet. Place your hands on your lower back, thumbs outside, fingers down to the floor. Push your hips forward, so keep your hips over your knees. We're actively stretching our hip flexors here. Squeeze your butt, lift your chin and chest, look up. And if it feels good, let your head relax back. Option to stay here or go back halfway. Keep your hands on your lower back, freeze in the middle. Option to stay here or right hand down, grab your right heel. Left hand down, grab your left heel. Thumbs outside, fingers inside, full palm grip on your heels. If you can't pull on your heels yet, keep your hands on your back for support. Push your hips forward, lift your chest up, relax your head back. As you're ready, place your hands on your lower back and change. Press yourself up. Good. Stretch up, sit down, turn around, Savasana. This posture in particular can be stimulating to our nervous system, and that can come out in a variety of ways, including dizziness, nausea, or even like a sudden urge to cry or to laugh. Sometimes there's this perception that yoga is all about being relaxed, it's all about light and love, but frankly, there are many asanas and breathing exercises that actually increase our energy or that stimulate our nervous system in a way that can sometimes feel uncomfortable in the moment. But because we're pairing a big heart opener, right, which is releasing tension from the body, even if it's stimulating in the moment, it often helps us feel good after class, right? So there's that memory, that reminder that even if something is a little uncomfortable in yoga, it doesn't mean it's bad for you. And when we have asanas or breathing exercise that might stimulate our nervous system, it's also a really beautiful opportunity to practice self-regulation. So when you feel your heart rate increase or you feel yourself get a little uncomfortable, what do you do with that, right? Often we want to fight, flight, or freeze. Yoga helps us to learn to breathe through that. And as we learn how to breathe through discomfort on our yoga mat, it's a little bit easier to breathe through an uncomfortable conversation off of our yoga mat, right? Legs together, arms over your head, chin to chest, sit up. Good. Now if I get into an argument with someone, I'm acutely aware of my heart rate is increasing, right? Or what do I do with that? Second set for Camel Ustrasana, you can open your knees a little wider. I like to roll up my mat, so there's extra padding under my knees. Open your knees 8 to 10 inches between your knees, 6 inches between your feet. Put your hands on your lower back. You might try bringing elbows closer together behind you. Push your hips forward, lift your chest up, and if it feels good, let your head drop back. Option to stay here or go back halfway, freeze in the middle. Option to stay here or left hand down, grab your left heel, right hand down, grab your right heel, push your hips forward, lift your chest up, relax your head back. As you're ready, place your hands on your back and change, push up. Good. Stretch up, sit down, turn around, Savasana. So what if, rather than coming to our yoga class to avoid uncomfortable sensations or uncomfortable feelings, what if rather than coming to class to avoid that stuff, we came to class to learn how to breathe through it, right? It's not all lights and love, good vibes only in yoga. It's about finding a way to sit both with your deep joy and your deep pain and breathe through it all. That is the gift that ultimately you're giving yourself and others. Legs together, arms overhead, chin to chest, sit up. Good, come to the middle of your mat for Rabbit, Sasandasana. We're gonna move our spine in the other direction. This is a very soothing, calming posture. Knees, feet together, hips on your heels, grab your heels from the outside. Big stretch up, tuck your chin to your chest and go down. So after that stimulating back bend heart opener, we purposely round the spine and protect the front of our body, which tells our body that it's safe. Forehead to knees, top of head to floor, option to stay here, or pull on your heels, don't lose the grip and lift your hips up. Option to stay here, or if there's a gap between your knees and head, you can walk your knees up one by one, but head stays in place. Squeeze your heels together, roll forward, lock your arms, lift your shoulders, stomach in, round your spine like a bunny. Bring your hips down to your heels, change, slowly uncurl so that your head comes up last. Very nice, turn around, Savasana. Legs together, arms over your head, chin to chest, sit up. Good. Come to the middle of your mat. Second set, rabbit. Knees, feet together, hips on your heels. Grab your heels from the outside. Big stretch up, chin to chest, go down. Try to feel each part of your spine moving. Parts that you don't feel are maybe where you're tightest. For many of us, it's the middle back, or it is for me at least. Forehead to knees, top of head to floor. Pull on your heels, don't lose the grip. Lift your hips up. If there's a gap between your knees and head, you can walk your knees up one by one, but head stays in place. Squeeze your heels together, roll forward, lock your arms, lift your shoulders, pull your abdomen in, take a breath. Good, bring your hips back down to your heels, change, slowly uncurl so that your head comes up last. Very nice, turn around, Savasana, head to the front of your mat, feet to the back of your mat. So the more that we, become familiar with the sequence, the more we become familiar that class is almost over, which is often when it's tempting to come out of the present moment and like into the future, right? And like what's for lunch and all of that. If that is you, it is me too. And it's a practice and a choice to come back into our body, back into our breath, back into the present moment. This might also be a nice opportunity to think back to your intention or dedication, your sankalpa that you set at the beginning of class, right? Sometimes it's like we, want to give a loved one a full 90 minutes of our attention more than we want to give ourselves, right? That full attention. So bringing your attention back to your sankalpa now might help you to stay in the present moment, not just for yourself, but for others as well. Legs together, arms over your head, chin to chest, sit up. Good. Come to the middle of your mat for head to knee, Janushirasana. Right leg out, left leg in, two legs make an L, a 90-degree angle. Inhale your arms over your head, big stretch up. Exhale, turn to your right, tuck your chin to your chest. Put your forehead on your knee. You are welcome to bend your right leg if it helps you touch your knee and head together. Flex your toes back, bend your elbows down, suck your stomach in. Change, arms up, left leg out, right leg in, heel to costume. Two legs make an L, a 90-degree angle, no wider. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, turn to the left, stomach in, tuck your chin to your chest, put your forehead on your knee. Interlock your 10 fingers up to the webbing under the ball of your foot, flex your toes back. This is such a good calf and Achilles stretch. Bend your elbows down, suck your stomach in, right elbow down, right shoulder down, two shoulders in line. Change, arms up, both legs out in front of you. If you're skipping, sit up, stay here. Otherwise, lay down and sit up. Paschimottanasana stretching, bend your knees, hook onto your big toes with peace sign fingers, thumbs on top, scoot your butt back, right, left, 10 to 15 times. I always think it's kind of joyful to scoot back like this. Knees can stay bent if it helps you keep a flat back. If your legs are straight, stick your butt out even more. You can even like pull your butts out from under you. If your legs are straight, lock your legs, puff up your chest and fold. Stomach to thighs, pull, chest to knees, stretch, one day toes and head touch. Good, change, come on up, turn around, Savasana. Legs together, arms over your head, chin to chest, sit up. Good. Come to the middle of your mat. For second set, head to knee with stretching, right leg out, left leg in, two legs make an L, a 90-degree angle. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, turn to your right, chin to chest, touch your forehead to your knee. If your right knee is bent, in the second set, you might play around with sliding your heel forward. And if your leg is straight, you might even experiment with flexing your toes back and locking the leg. Bend your elbows down, suck your stomach in, left elbow down, left shoulder down, two shoulders in line. Change, arms up, left leg out, right leg in, big stretch up. Turn to your left, chin to chest, touch your forehead to your knee. This is our final compression posture, right? That marriage of the pancreas and kidneys. Tuck your chin to your chest, pull your abdomen in, roll in a little to the right. So two hips and shoulders are in line. Change, arms up, both legs out in front of you. Option to stay here or lie down and sit up. Second set stretching, bend your knees, hook onto your big toes, middle and index fingers, thumbs on top, scoot your butt back, right, left. Again, knees can stay bent if it helps you keep a flat back. If your legs are straight, stick your butt out even more, lock your legs, puff up your chest, fold, shoulders back, lengthen through the neck spine, middle spine, lower spine, inhale, lengthen, exhale, come down. Good, change, come on up, turn around, Savasana. Legs together, arms over your head, chin to chest, sit up. Good, come to the middle of your mat for Ardha Matsyendrasana, half Lord of the Fish pose. Bend your left leg on the floor, touch your right heel to left knee, point your left toes. Right hand close behind you like a second spine, left arm up and over, grab your left knee with your left hand. Your posture might look like this, but it might also look like this, right? This is a good place to be as well. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, pull abdomen in, look over, right shoulder twist. You can keep your right hand behind you for balance. You can also take it off the floor and grab your hip, your waistband, or reach behind you, reach for your left thigh with your right hand. Drop your shoulders, lift your chest, pull your abdomen in. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, look back, twist, twist, twist. Good, change, unwind, swap out your legs, bend your right leg on the floor, touch left heel to right knee, point your right toes. Left arm close behind you for support. Right arm up and over, grab your right knee with your right hand, drop your shoulders. Inhale, stretch up, exhale, look back, twist. You can keep your left hand behind you or reach behind you. Keep your right knee down, left foot down, point your right toes. Feel each and every vertebrae twisting like beads in a necklace. Inhale, stretch up, exhale, look back, twist, and twist, and twist. Good, change, unwind, turn around, Savasana. We begin 26 into yoga with a breathing exercise, exhaling through the mouth. We end full circle with a breathing exercise, exhaling through the mouth. I often feel as if I've gone through a wormhole and like closed a cosmic loop, right? So beautiful space when we step onto our yoga mat. It's so much more than stretching and strengthening and balancing, right? Something that's happening internally that goes a little bit, I think, beyond language or beyond explanation. Legs together, arms overhead, chin to chest, sit up. Good, okay, come to the middle of your mat. Knees, feet together, hips on your heels, hands on your thighs. If it hurts to sit on your feet, don't do it. Sit on your butt, crisscross applesauce. Every once in a while, try to sit on your feet. You're gonna exhale through your mouth as you pull your abdomen in. When the stomach relaxes, the lungs automatically take in air. This is my favorite shirt to practice Kapalbhati breathing in because it looks like Baby Yoda is sneezing a lot. It looks like this. Pretty cute. Okay, so you're gonna lick your lips, swallow a couple times, lock your arms, drop your shoulders. Concentrate, meditate. Don't forget to have fun. Here we go. Five, four, three, two, one. In the second set, you can keep that pace or you can try going a little bit faster. Sit up tall, drop your shoulders, look straight ahead, and begin. Five, four, three, two, one. Good for you. Honor yourself. Give yourself a hug, high five, pat on the back, turn around, relax, final Savasana. You can close your eyes, open your arms and legs, take up as much or as little space as you'd like. A nice, easy breath. You can call to mind your Sankalpa one more time. And then let it go. And remember that you can always set an intention or a dedication in anything you do, right? Maybe you dedicate your practice of like washing dishes in a meditative way to someone, or you set an intention about, staying in your body while you wash your dishes, right? It doesn't just have to be a yoga practice. It can be anything intentionally embodied. You can inhale through your nose, body rise. Exhale, body fall. Breathe in and empty out.